Randy Tung, everybody. Randy Tung, give it up. Give it up for my man. Hilarious guy, but Randy, I must say, I think you should quit comedy, and I'm going to tell you why. Not because you're not funny, but I think you have other talents that you need to utilize, all right? Let's just take the things that you have that are going for you. Your name and your physical appearance. You're a guy named Randy Tung, and you're African American. You need to do porn, Randy. I'm telling you, you need to do porn. All right? If not just for like the Jews like me who got nothing downstairs, and our last name is Younger Man, all right? If I do porn with a last name Younger Man, I'm gonna have Chris Hansen, Dateline NBC on my ass so quickly, all right? And as a Jew, I don't want to see a business investment go to waste like this, all right? I'm talking just one movie, like one spin-off of the 90s movie, Twister. We'll go with that. We'll call it Tongue Twister. And instead of an actress, Helen Hunt, it'll be Helen. Her last name will rhyme with Hunt, but it'll start with a C. So I think that's what you need to go into, Randy, all right, if not for all of us. So I appreciate that. We'll talk after the show about that. So, hey, you know, that movie, Twister, great movie, came out, I think, like in the late 90s or something, about the time I was going to middle school. And unfortunately, things really haven't changed for me much since going to middle school when I started comedy. I'm still about, like, the same height. I still have, like, acne problems, and 13-year-old girls still won't go out with me. I offer them silly bands, and I don't get it. But the thing about being rejected like that, at least you don't have to get STDs, which is a good benefit of not being in a relationship. I don't know if you've seen like the herpes medication commercials, but these things are like the silliest fucking things. These people are just like skipping through a field of meadows, holding hands, la 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 la. Like, this is the last thing you should be doing, is skipping through a field of lily flowers, rolling around, grinding against each other. You need to be quarantined, okay? No, none of this bullshit. That's the last thing you need to be doing as someone who has herpes. Oh, goodness, I forget what I wrote down. All right, there we go. But another good thing about not being in a relationship is the threat of being dumped. I don't know if anybody's gone through heartbreak recently. Anybody? Raise your hand. No, every day? Every single day? Oh, man. But I had a terrible experience a little while back. I was dating a girl long distance. She was living in LA. We met in college. She was living in LA. I was back here. And I went out to visit her in Los Angeles. Was going out there for a 6-day trip, and she dumped me during the second day I was there. I see you smiling. That's not funny at all. You know, that smile right there is going to cost me 2 more therapy sessions. Thank you very much. That's like $250 right there. Thank you for that smile. But the second day of a 6-day trip, like I've taken long trips before, and I've had to come home for various reasons before, but the second day of a 6-day trip, and she's the one that called me a premature ejaculator. Fuck. But if that wasn't shitty enough, let me set the scene for you. She dumped me the night of a theme party. We went to a party that evening. She was dressed as Lindsay Lohan. She was a redhead. And I was dressed as Lindsay Lohan's lesbian lover. I forget exactly what the theme of the party was, but I think it was something along the lines of, make your boyfriend look like a complete douchebag. I think that's what the theme was, if I remember correctly. So she dumps me during this party, right after this party, and I'm pissed off. I want to get the hell home, so I get the first flight back that I possibly can. Thing is, I didn't have time to change. So I'm there in skin-tight jeans with a bulge hanging out, wearing a Rachel Maddow t-shirt, okay? So I got like streaked mascara, and to signify the Lindsay Lohan coke use, I've got some white sparkly makeup under my nose. And so I sit down next to this vacationing family of 4, with the 2 little girls sitting next to me. They didn't want my silly bands. So I sit down, and if it's not bad enough, looking like a German prostitute who had just snorted a snow globe, a priest walks in and sits in the aisle right next to me. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard of the Walk of Shame. I lived through the first ever Flight of Shame. But of course, the ensuing depression was the fun part. And the thing is, though, I was really proud of how good I was at being depressed. I was like a grade A champion being depressed. If there was an Olympic sport for being depressed, even the Russian judge would give me good scores. Like, that's how good I was at being depressed. You'd be like, wow, he's like Eeyore, the donkey from Winnie the Pooh. He's so good. He's so good. And I was to depression as Randy Tongue should be to porn. So that's it. So that's my time, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. It's been great. Good night, everyone. Also, I host a podcast. Randy Tongue's going to be on it in a couple of weeks. So You Want to Be Funny. SoYouWantToBeFunny.com. Visit. Thank you. I'm Ben Youngerman.
All right, Ben Youngerman, everybody. You should announce the podcast. So I was the one who wanted to announce it.